The American 1920s can be characterized a number of ways. Opulence, excessiveness, and even spectacle are a few words that come to mind. But while the ones at the top got to enjoy these years, the ones at the bottom had to endure it. This is the Gilded Age of YouTube. Good morning, everyone. There's no denying that over the last few years, YouTube has kind of shifted in a direction that I don't think anybody really saw. We've kind of seen the loss of really personal, progressive content into more commercialized major products, more like businesses on the platform than anything. In this phenomenon, I have decided to dub this the Gilded Age of YouTube. The reason I call it the Gilded Age is because it kind of reflects the real-life Gilded Age that America had in the 1920s, where everything looked glamorous on the surface, when in reality, it really was not. And I see the same thing with YouTube, in which you see YouTube has become so much more popular. There's a lot of mainstream content and businesses going on the platform, when smaller YouTubers, more personal YouTubers are either retiring, fizzling out, or just cease to be. I'm gonna break down this video section by section to kind of say my personal opinion, how we maybe have gotten to this point, and what the future of YouTube is looking like right now, which I don't think is the best. Let's do it! Can you move? Okay.
Now it's time to take a breather. I can't keep this up. This is my dream job and I have a lot of fun doing it. I know I'm incredibly lucky, but a dream job is still a job, and it's a job that keeps getting bigger and more complicated, and I am so tired.
After much contemplation, I've made the decision to step away from YouTube.
On March 9th, I will be hosting my last Theory episode, at which point I'll be handing off the channels to someone else.
All the people I just showed, I consider to be legacy YouTubers. And that means they started their platforms early in the 2000s, maybe early 2010s, and they kind of grew a huge audience over time, and they were kind of the faces of the platform. I personally remember watching MatPat's videos back when I was in like elementary school, and now all the way up until senior year, he was still going strong, and now he's retiring. That to me is crazy. And my argument here isn't that these people are retiring because the platform has deteriorated. I think that the fact that they are retiring will lead to less quality content overall, and the further kind of deterioration of these legacy channels in the future. What made these YouTubers so special is that their kind of content really transformed how I use the app and how millions of other people use the app. It was this kind of content where I could really learn something, appreciate something, and it was very slow paced and very personal. And I'm not blaming these YouTubers for leaving. They've been on the platform for like 10, 15 years. If they want to leave, go ahead. You already did your job. I just wish there were more YouTubers like them. Mr. Beast. Before I say anything, I'm gonna set this up to where I don't look stupid. I think at its core, Mr. Beast and his whole channel, like his brand, it is for the good of people. Mr. Beast has created such a big and successful platform that he's able to transform people's lives. So this isn't really an attack on Mr. Beast or Jimmy personally. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I really respect what he's done and what he's been doing. I just want to focus on what he's done to the platform. Because of the success of Mr. Beast's videos where he does challenges and gives away these huge sums of money, ungodly levels of money to, whoever wins these challenges, it has created this trend in which people kind of want to try and emulate what Mr. Beast has done. And, maybe of course not to the same scale, but it's still copying of his content. And I don't think that's a bad thing in and of itself, but this kind of content is extremely repetitive. It isn't personal at all, and it's very artificial.
And whoever makes the most money by the end of 24 hours wins.
Each challenge is worth 1,000 Great British pounds in cash.
If I don't do more push-ups than he does, all these people will win $3,000. It's the same thing!
It's the kind of content you watch and then you forget about right after. Like, it has literally no effect on anyone or anything besides who's in the video and who's made the video. And I also think that because of this kind of content, it really highlights the business side of YouTube. Through his content, Mr. Beast has kind of scaled his own brand into becoming larger and larger in order to make the content that he does. And I think as a byproduct, it kind of incentivizes people who are making similar content to just be in it for kind of that business aspect, to kind of scale themselves like Mr. Beast and end up making more and more profit as their videos get more popular. Think about it like this. The face of YouTube's platform, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, the top YouTuber was Ray William Johnson, who made comedy sketches, commentary videos, and basically whatever he wanted that was personal to him. The new face of YouTube is buying $100 million islands and selling them to contestants in his challenges. And why I'm so obsessed with kind of this business aspect versus personal aspect is also because I think what YouTube has become is not what YouTube was supposed to be at its core. YouTube was supposed to be a platform in which anyone can start making content that they like that was kind of just like themselves, raw on the internet. I mean, the frickin' thing is called YouTube. When you're focusing too much on the financial side of things, you're almost kind of systematically churning out these YouTubers that are just in it for the business side, just for the money. I personally think that goes against everything that the platform stands for. I'm not too sure. I think the fate of YouTube lies in the next generation of YouTubers. And that does sound kind of stupid, like yeah, no duh. But my reasoning is that if what's popular now is still popular as there's more creators joining the platform, I think that we're just going to keep seeing more of the same. As these larger channels like Mr. Beast keep continuing to grow, I think it's only going to get harder and harder for smaller channels with different niches to kind of catch up, or at the very least grow to a similar level. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video a lot. If you agree with me, please let me know. If you don't, oops. As always, have an awesome, blessed day. Thank you for watching, and amen.